Originally, we had planned to do an illustrated, traditional storybook opening for the film, and at some point we decided it might be better to do something fresh and different and original.
And what you're going to see here is our first attempt at that storybook, and there's a lot of information that we had to get across in the beginning of this movie, and you'll see bits and pieces of what wound up in the final film.
Once upon a time, in a charming little kingdom, a king and queen were about to have a baby. But the queen became very sick. The king had heard of a golden flower deep in the forest, whose magical healing powers could save his wife and his unborn child. Unfortunately, the flower was guarded by a lonely, possessive old woman, Mother Gothel. Flower, gleam and glow. Let your power shine. For hundreds of years, Gothel would sing to the flower and make it glow. And for hundreds of years, it kept her alive. Like what once was mine. What once was mine. 3 times the king went to Mother Gothel and begged her for the flower, and 3 times he was denied. Finally, in desperation, the king stole the flower to save his wife and child. And the queen was healed. A healthy baby girl, a princess, was born with beautiful golden hair. Oh, my so precious.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
To celebrate her birth, the king and queen launched a flying lantern into the night sky. But their happiness was short-lived. For a vengeful Mother Gothel broke into the castle, stole the child, and vanished deep into the forest. The kingdom searched and searched, but they could not find the girl. In a hidden tower, Mother Gothel raised the child as her own.
Hear what has been heard. Change the fate's concern.
The child's golden hair held the same magic power as the flower that had kept Mother Gothel young for centuries. Each year on the princess's birthday, the kingdom released thousands of lanterns into the sky in the hope that one day their lost princess would return.
So you're about to see another version of the prologue, but this time we started with the storybook opening, and more we kept leaning towards a fully animated version of the prologue.
Yeah, and you'll also notice the new idea that's shown up is the pure drop of sun, which is actually in the final movie and helps explain the magic throughout the rest of the story.
Once upon a time, a single drop of sunlight fell from the heavens. From this small drop of sun grew a magical golden flower. It was said that this flower had the power to heal the sick and injured. From the flower sprang a glorious kingdom ruled by the most generous king and queen who were soon to have a baby. But the queen became very sick. The entire kingdom knew the legend of the magical flower.
We must find the flower.
At once, they launched a search. But the flower had long ago been discovered by a vain old woman, Mother Gothel. Flower, gleam and glow. Let your power shine. Who hoarded its healing power and used it instead to keep her young.
We found it!
The flower's magic worked, and the queen was healed. A healthy baby girl. A princess was born with beautiful golden hair. To celebrate her birth, the king and queen launched a flying lantern into the night sky. But their happiness was short-lived. Flower, gleam and glow. Let your power shine. Make the clock For a vengeful Mother Gothel broke into the castle, stole the child, and vanished deep into the forest.
Thomas rocked and rolled on the sea until morning. Then, Thomas's eyes popped open. He jumped and bumped forward onto land.
Fenders and fireboxes! Where am I?
Thomas steamed slowly forward. He peered around. It was very, very misty and very, very quiet. Thomas could only see trees and hills. He tooted his whistle. But there was no answer.
Oh my! This is a strange place. There are no engines. It can't be Sodor, and it can't be the mainland.
Thomas's wheels wobbled with worry.
There must be a dock and some ships. If I find them, I can sail back to Sodor.
So Thomas clickety-clacked carefully into the mist. Then, strange things started to happen. First, Thomas heard wheels rattling and racing on rusty rails. He stopped, startled.
Who's there?
But Thomas could see no engine, and no engine answered.
I will not be scared. I will find a way to puff home to my friends by the end of the day.
Next, Thomas was sprayed by a shower of small stones. Thomas stopped, scared.
Who's there?
But Thomas could see no engine, and no engine answered. Then Thomas chuffed through a valley. Wild whistles echoed and bounced off his boiler. Thomas's firebox fizzed with fear.
Who's there? I will not be scared. I will find a way to puff home to my friends by the end of the day.
Thomas raced away with a clickety-clack along the track and around a bend. Then he screeched to a stop. Thomas was fender to fender with three of the strangest engines he had ever seen.
Cinders and ashes! Who are you?
But the engines didn't answer. And they didn't look friendly. Thomas's boiler bubbled bravely.
I'm Thomas. Who are you?
The engines chuffed cheekily.
I'm Bash! I'm Dash!
And I'm Ferdinand.
The two smaller engines wheezed and teased.
We
live here!
Where's here?
Misty Island!
Misty Island? This is Misty Island?
The little engines puffed proudly.
Have you heard of it?
Thomas trembled on the tracks.
Yes, I have.
We're the Logging Locos. We saw you arrive. But you didn't see us. We played rattling wheels and whistling whistles with you. But you didn't play with us. You can now, if you want.
That's right.
But Thomas didn't want to play with Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand. He hadn't liked their games. They were too strange. They were too scary.
No, thank you. I come from the island of Sodor. Now, I'm going